Hey guys, happy Vlogmas day 5. I was having some cereal with bananas. It's like 4 o'clock. I just filmed my book writing episode so I can cross one thing off my to-do list today, and I'm pretty sure that's the only thing. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to do today, and I can cross off 1. How much do you want to bet that I won't finish everything? I felt like absolute garbage yesterday, so I didn't get very much done because I woke up at 6:30 for no reason. Was tired all day, literally thought I was getting sick. I took my temperature, I took my pulse, made sure I could smell things. I was freaking out. Turns out I was just really freaking tired. My stomach also hurt a lot too. And then I wasn't tired anymore last night, and I felt great, and I stayed up till 12:30, and then I woke up at 9:30 this morning, which is terrible because I just offset my sleep schedule, meaning that I won't be tired, and then I'll wake up on Monday morning and be tired because it'll have been too early because I won't have been tired the night before. But, oh well. I got her haircut. Everything's probably going to shut down again, so least glad that I got my haircut before that happens, and I always love the way it feels. It's literally so silky, and did some layering around my face, so love that. And yeah, tomorrow I have even more things to do because guess what I still haven't finished doing? My application! I was supposed to get it done last weekend, but that'll be a tomorrow thing. It really won't take that long, probably like an hour. Plus I have to thank my recommenders, and I was going to send them like Starbucks e-gift cards, so probably like an hour and a half. We'll just say 2, okay? We'll just say 2 to be safe. And a bunch of other things to do. I have to finish this friggin' book because it's going to disappear off my phone. And yeah, I have not really been feeling any kind of exercise since I did that lower body workout on Thursday. I was super sore from that yesterday, and my hamstrings are kind of sore. So I'm just gonna go for a walk again because I need to get some kind of exercise every day, or at least I try to, even if it is just a walk. It's better than nothing. I feel like it really contributes to how I feel overall, but then some days I'm like, well, I just don't have time, and it's just, I don't know. I was trying to run more. I was hoping to go for a run tomorrow if I can. Haven't done my posture exercises all week. Haven't been doing Duolingo. I need to do my prep because I'm supposed to be filming a video for my music channel next weekend, but I literally haven't done anything for it yet. You can tell I'm just a little bit stressed out. I'm stressed out, and I'm just upset at myself that I have all these things to do when December was supposed to be a month where I wasn't stressed out about everything. I know that I'm putting this on myself. Once I get this book done, I won't have to worry about that anymore, at least. I need to just own books, I think, is the key here, because I'm too slow of a reader for how long they let you have them at the library. It's just not working. But in happier news, my TikTok got really, really popular. Let's see what it's at right now. It's still going. Like, I've never had one with this long of a run where people are still liking it. It is currently at 125.8 thousand views and 13,000 likes. This is like insane, way more than I usually get. So anyway, that is that. And I will not be vlogging tomorrow because I told myself that I wasn't going to vlog every day of Vlogmas, but then I'm like, oh, well, like I really should, and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just not going to, because I need to edit them, and that takes time. The filming is not hard, it's the editing that's hard. I enjoy filming, I like filming videos, and I think, oh, it'll be fun, I'll just combine the days, and then I sit down to edit it, and I'm like, oh my god. So, anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood. I'm gonna eat my cereal. You guys, if any of you have read I'm Thinking of Ending Things, please tell me what you thought of it. This is the most whacked book I've ever read. My friend recommended it to me and she wanted to update, so I've like kept telling her like where I am in the book or like my theories about what's supposed to happen and everything. Like basically the whole book you just know that something's off, like something's not right. But it's like the most random things happen, and I'm so confused as to what could possibly explain all of this, and it just keeps getting weirder. Like, oh, what is going on? I don't even know. I'll give you guys my reaction once I figure it out. Okay, so it's many hours later. I finished the book. We have some talking to do. I was just on FaceTime with my friend earlier trying to figure this out because I have so many questions. I don't get it. So if you haven't read I'm Thinking of Ending Things, please don't spoil it for yourself because it's actually really cool plot twist, and I don't want anyone to lose out on experiencing that because I know I've spoiled things for myself before, either purposely or accidentally, that I really wish I hadn't. So if you haven't read I'm Thinking of Ending Things, just goodbye. Thanks for watching this Vlogmas. See you next time. If you have, let's get into it. So I have read and watched a lot of things with plot twists, and I was already kind of coming up with theories throughout the book, and I did come up with the theory that Jake had DID, among many other things. And I was like wondering how it could have worked though, because I was thinking like, okay, maybe someone doesn't exist, someone is hallucinating, someone has DID, but because I knew like it was weird that we didn't know anything about the narrator. Like we got random memories, but we didn't know her name, we didn't know what she looked like, we didn't know what she did or anything. I also thought that Jake, because it was like weird that she didn't, like she felt like it was hard to remember things from like the time that they had been dating. I was like, maybe he's like doing something with her mind or something weird like that, like where he's in her thoughts. And that kind of came up later too, but that wasn't right. But I did think of the DID thing, but I was like, from what I remember from AP Psych, if you have that disorder, you have multiple personalities inside of you, and you dissociate between them, but you don't interact with yourself like that. Like, you would be Susie, like they all have different names, and then without, like, you don't control it, you would just dissociate and become the new personality, and you'd have time lapses in each of them because you wouldn't remember the time when you were the other personalities. So I was like, it could be that, but that doesn't fit because he's literally having a conversation with the girlfriend the whole time. And then I was like, well, how would that work when they were at the parents' house? Because if kind of like the way to tell if a character doesn't exist or if something's off is if they never interact with any other characters. But when they were at the parents' house, they both interacted with the parents. And they did that weird imitation game thing. So I'm just still confused as to how that could possibly work, because the parents didn't exist either, is the catch there. But that means that he would have had to have been playing all of them? Or just hallucinating? And what about that part in the basement when she heard voices, like heard the parents talking? This is literally just the tip of the iceberg. I have so many questions. So basically, the question is at the end, it says that he wrote this whole thing down. So did this actually happen, or did he just write this as he was bleeding out at the end? And neither one of those quite make sense, because if it really did happen, what exactly were his mental disorders? It can't just be DID, it would have to be DID and hallucinations or something. And I'm just trying to picture how this would work. Like, in the car at the school, was he just making out with the air? Like, what would that have looked like? And how did he see the janitor? And he went and ran in after him, and then would have had to have ran back to the car as the girl? And then she saw the janitor crawling down the hallway. How is that possible? I don't know, because it's then when she's running around the school that it starts coming apart. And then it says we in this paragraph when it's talking about like universally we have one question to answer, and then all of a sudden it takes you back to the narration, but it's still we. We think that this hallway blah blah blah. And it's like, what the heck? But then it's like the multiple personalities are talking, we. And then at the end, when she or they give the janitor the coat hanger, it describes him. It's like we see him come toward us, but it's all one person. The whole thing is literally making my head hurt. But then on the other hand, okay, so let's say this didn't happen and he just decided to write this whole story as like a what if he had actually dated this girl. Why the F would he have written it like that? Why wouldn't he have just written it like a what if and had them be two different people? Like, why would he have written this whacked story with all of these red herrings that didn't actually mean anything? Like the whole Dairy Queen thing? What was that? And then have it... what? I don't even know. And I was also like so excited to figure out who the guy was at her bedroom window when she was 6 and who the caller was. And it didn't explain that. So I thought something was off immediately when it was like, it's coming from my number. It's like, what the heck? But it never explained it. Because I thought maybe Jake or she just dissociated and made the call and then went back into that other personality and got the call and the pre-recorded message. So is that what happened? But why was it someone who sounded like an old man putting on a feminine voice? Because I had all these theories about that too. It was like, okay, the caller and the guy at the window and the driving instructor are maybe all the same person. Or maybe it's Jake's dad. It's going to turn out to be Jake's dad. And it's like, Jake's dad was obsessed with her from when she was younger or something weird. I don't know. I was coming up with weird stuff. And that's why he wanted Jake to date her. And he was going to bring her to her parents' house and they were going to lock her up or something. I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking. Oh. And the other thing was that, okay, I just wanted to talk about this theory because I thought it was a cool one, but it didn't end up panning out. But like, I thought that Jake had somehow gotten into her head and was like, he knew all of her thoughts, because when she's in the art room, there's paint on the floor that says, I know what you were going to do, or something to that effect. And it was like, maybe he like knew, like he was somehow messing with her head the whole time they were together, and he knew that she was thinking about breaking up with him, so he was going to take her to the school and like chase her around and then kill her. That's what I thought, or lock her up or something. Kind of like a you situation. Not that he like had a way of getting into their head, but you know, the locking them up part. But it was actually just that he had written that and dissociated, so we didn't actually see that happening. So then it was just the girl seeing the paint, but she realized that she had paint on her hands. The other thing that I just realized as I'm kind of going through the beginning again, I found most of this book extremely boring. The whole part, you know, leading up to the actual action took me forever to get through. The part when it talks about the guy standing outside her window, so I'm assuming that's the janitor, like it's the subconscious slipping in, maybe, like from her memory. The man was just standing there outside. I couldn't see his face. It was beyond the window frame. I could see his torso. Okay, continuing this on my phone because my camera ran out of storage, as usual. Okay, so I just looked up the part later when Jake thinks that someone's watching them. He says, hold on, let me find it again. It says, there was a wave or a movement of his hand, a wave-like gesture. So I feel like that has to connect, but I just don't understand why. Like, the only thing I can think of is that it was like the subconscious coming in and manifesting itself as that memory for that personality. And that's why, so I guess like his mind gave her like some of his memories, and like the reason that the last like couple months that she's been with Jake have been like spotty are because that's when her personality was created and she's been dissociating between her and him in that time. So then she has like all those time lapses. But yeah, I don't get it either way. If he really wrote all that down as like trying to figure out what would have happened if he had dated that girl, like why would he have written it like that? I don't get it. Oh, and the other thing, the lactose intolerance thing was interesting because that was something that kind of like was like, that's interesting. But it was like she had lactose intolerance, so she was like, I wonder why he didn't tell his parents that I couldn't have dairy, and there was that whole cake, and he didn't eat it either. And then at Dairy Queen, he's like, I'm gonna get a Blizzard, and then they both get lemonades, even though he said he was gonna get a Blizzard, and for all we knew, he could have dairy. Also, if the parents aren't real and this actually did happen, how was all the food there? What was that about? Was that hallucinated too? Was the plate of leftovers hallucinated? My other theory was that it was all some kind of simulation slash dream. I mean, I was hoping it wasn't just like, oh, it was all a dream at the end, because that would have been really cheap. But because of the fact that there was the metallic taste in her mouth and the antiseptic smell the whole time, I was like, maybe she's not there. Like, maybe she's actually somewhere else. And I thought, like, oh, maybe at the school, she's gonna find herself in a room hooked up to some machine. And it's, like, actually not a school. And there's, like, people running experiments or something. And she's, like, seeing it in the simulation. And that's actually her body. That's kind of how I thought it would be. Another theory. But that actually goes to prove that it was... Well, not really, actually, because, I mean, okay, so the antiseptic smell and the metallic taste are because he's in that room bleeding out, but why would he have put that in the story that he was writing? I don't know. But then why would that have been there if it was real? I don't know. I need to watch people's, like, videos about this and try to understand it better. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have thoughts on this, please leave them down below, but make sure you write spoilers so that no one accidentally looks at it. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you for the next couple days Vlogmas. I don't think I'm gonna vlog tomorrow, so it'll be Monday most likely or Tuesday. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.